He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Grabbed in the middle. It's Peppers. Oh, that move is going to leave them dizzy.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
He'll keep it himself. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are
turning it on. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after it. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man, just he catches the football and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
Off play action on first down. Soft spot in the middle. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Well, we knew coming into this one, the passing attack, they were going to attack all areas of the field. And right out of the gate, first drive, they go deep down the middle of the field, and they come up with a big one.
They're going to run it. Picks up the first down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
This is a designed run. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech!
This defense has their hands full in this game because of what you saw right there. This quarterback is one of the fastest players in the entire country, and he runs one in. They're going to have to do a better job getting hats to him because they know they're going to see the QB run a lot today.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. To the air, it's McCaffrey. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. So now it's second and long. Give to the back. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. And the Bears line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! He got a step and just dusted the field.
And, man, it's nice to have an offense that can strike immediately. They can put fear in defenses, make big plays, and you see it, man. They can add to the lead. They can build a lead quickly because they have this ability to put points on the board quickly.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, it's a final now and one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable ACC clash. Miami opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. One team will rise in the ACC standings while the other is going to sink like a stone. The harsh reality of college football when conference foes face off, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
Man, this guy's closing in quickly on 100 yards receiving. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. We knew he was going to be a big part of the game plan and the strategy, but every time they've looked his way, he has been making a big play. And that's something the defense, they have to be aware of moving forward.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk.
There he goes. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops.
Man, this is a guy who just seems to get better as the game goes on. What a run getting his offense down close to the goal line.
So nice creating explosive runs in the run game. Now you're getting in the red, inside the 5. Go punch this in and get a touchdown.
The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
And I don't know if the quarterback's making the right decision on that RPO, guys. He might have wanted to hand that one off. Something he thought he saw in the right flat to attack, but obviously it wasn't there.
Looking to fire. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. They already have the lead, and they're trying to build it here in the first quarter with an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to throw, it's McCaffrey. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
Wide open downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. He caught it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
How explosive is this offense, right? They rev it up so quickly. Speed, playmaking ability, versatility, running, throwing, NFL talent all over the place. And after that last touchdown, they've already blown this game wide open. And guys, we're not even through the first quarter yet.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's McCaffrey. Quickly complete. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
The Bears come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback may change this route. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Looking down the middle. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
Man, your goal of a defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now they go for it on 4th down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the first half.
A shot toward the end zone. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be there in this game. That time, though,
just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor of this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. That's the end of the period, and Georgia Tech has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll go with a direct snap. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll take it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. He wants to throw. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And when you're on defense and it's wet and it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier. It gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's...
Breaks into the open. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field. So just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment, and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Really nice penetration by this defense, getting in there immediately, causing the running back to have to go a direction he doesn't want to go. And this defense has started the game so good. Several drives, no points allowed, and setting the tone on this drive.
Looking to pass, it's McCaffrey. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49, a big pickup there.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So he got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around to make it an easy pass and catch.
Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the 1st down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his 2nd PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Intercepted. A 1st half turnover can swing momentum. Got some room to run. And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run.
And they'll take over 1st and 10.
Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, Dave."
No, that's not what he said. He said, you're doing a great job. Just keep your head up. Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
They go to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The Yellow Jackets come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Man, this offense continues to do such a great job on 3rd down. One of the best in the country at it, and the reason why, they keep it manageable most of the time. 3rd and short, they can run the football, be physical, convert first downs. This offense has been so good on 3rd downs.
And the Yellow Jackets have it with a 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He's got it. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the 1st down. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. Finds his tight end. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They wanted to get the ball to the tight end, and they've already done it 5 times, and we're not even to the half.
I'm about to say mission accomplished. Yeah, that's what they want to do. Take advantage of the matchup, right? Zone or man, I like my big fella. I like using the tight end all I can. Great job working him into the offense. He's a playmaker. Find him.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more room. The 30. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Baylor! And they turn it into a defensive score.
And doing a great job in coverage. Obviously, you got to play run first as a linebacker always. That's your first thought process. But then reading the QB's eyes, breaking on the football, catching it. And then from there, it was easy. Just take it right to the house.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The give to the tailback. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Man, the defense, they haven't had an answer for this guy. He has been lighting them up in the pass game early and often so far, and that time just not able to hook up with his quarterback.
They boot it away. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Back to throw, it's McCaffrey. Quick completion on the out. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
Caught near the sticks. It's Longo. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. They've got the first down. Mark it at the 26 in the waning seconds of the half. Just enough time to get off one more snap. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And the Bears will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got his man downfield. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Might be changing the route. Slams it ahead. And they'll just play it safe with the run. Right back to the line of scrimmage, and we are at halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Yellow Jackets will boot it away to start the second half. From inside the 10, here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
Listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
We'd love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Dropping back, it's McCaffrey. Throws to the wideout. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. And it's picked off for the third time today. Takes it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
If you don't have good vision, you're not going to be a middle-of-the-field safety. You got a lot of ground to cover from hash to hash. You better be able to see the quarterback. You better be able to see routes and break on the football. Nice job seeing the formation, seeing the route, breaking on it, and making the interception.
The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Caught in the backfield, it's Dell. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Cutler. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
It's raining in this game. It's making the football slick and slippery. You know ball security is going to be a massive issue. Both coaching staffs have preached about that to their teams in the locker rooms before taking the field. These guys really need to do a better job of holding on to the football.
And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Looking to throw, it's McCaffrey. Catch in the middle, it's Longo. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Wants to go up top on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
You know, it's difficult for QB sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Oh, they're after him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. That's a good spot on the field to go for it. Really, everything to gain and not much to lose.
Yeah, and most coaches discuss or know pregame warm-ups how far their kickers can kick it. Do I have a boot to even consider that?
Oh, he's got some space. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them lean in one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out-route connection. Nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
They'll dial up the run on first and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bears! Oh, the offense shows some life here. It cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to get back in this ballgame.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. That fumble in plus territory territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
Going to swing it on second down. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's down. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Offense gets set for second down. Back to pass. Makes the grab. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
Really nice run there. You've seen him do this a time and time again in this game so far. You've got the lead. We're way late in the third quarter now. Not going to surprise me if they just keep leaning on this guy a little bit. Keep force-feeding him the football because he is looking really good.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
And the Yellow Jackets back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Trying to seal the edge on the right. He breaks a tackle. Got enough for the first. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for...
Going for the goal line, and he will take it in. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Oops, someone moved a little bit early. Offense going to pick up a 5-yard penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
Let's go.
Looking to throw, it's McCaffrey. Pulls it in, it's Longo. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They're dealing with a second and long. The offense changing the play. Back to pass on second down. Here comes the heat. And the heat was all over him, and that's the way the third quarter will wrap up with a big sack. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Now, just about ready to snap it to start the fourth. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Fires to the wideout. Connection to the right. Finds some room. The 40. Past the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor!
And I love the play call. Oftentimes offensively, you like to throw the football deep down in your own end and take shots because you're anticipating man coverage. So if you get a receiver that can get behind the defense, that has a chance to be a home run type play, and you saw it work out exactly that way right there.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
Quarterback keeps it. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read, the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the fourth quarter.
The Yellow Jackets are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Peppers. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Breaks the tackle. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left, but, man, that clock is ticking. And they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
To the air on first down. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
It's just frustrating. You're an offense. You're in a great position. You're up by 2 scores. All you do is take care of the football. Premium, taking care of the football. We're trying to run some clock. We're trying to get out of here with a W. Turning the football over is the worst thing you can possibly do.
You got to love what you've seen from the defense in this game, too. They knew coming into this one against this quarterback, being as talented as he is, they were going to have to be really good in coverage on the back end, and that's been the case all game long. They have never let it be easy for this quarterback.
To the air, it's McCaffrey. He hurls one deep down the left side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Pressure coming. Blasted as he lets it go. Another interception. That's his fourth of the day.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. With the catch, it's Peppers. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Finds a little space. Turning it on. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on third down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on third.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Can't get him to the ground. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? And by going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. First and goal. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
A nice job by the defense with the edges. They try the touch pass on first and goal. Nice job setting the edge, not letting him get outside, making the good tackle, forcing second down and goal.
Working that left side now. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
Using his feet. He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
Man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run. You saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Scanning the field, it's McCaffrey. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. There he goes. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Spits it out to the back. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Fired in from the red zone for the score. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th.
Georgia Tech, 42, Baylor, 21.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25.
Bears will take over 1st and 10.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line.
42 Spire.
Dropping back, it's McCaffrey. Under fire. And down he goes. The defense making a huge play, but there are penalty markers out. Let's sort it out. 3 yards. 1st down for the offense after that penalty.
Lasso. Lasso.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Buys a little time with his feet. At the 40, there he goes. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. Wonder if they'll be conservative on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Ginn. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a 1st down and a pickup of 10. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. This offense lining up now at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Going downfield for the big play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game. The Bears are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown Bears! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
And And there's still life in this team. Obviously, they're down here in the fourth quarter, but they're able to execute the onside kick. They retain possession. And now let's see what happens.
Back to pass, it's McCaffrey. Caught over the middle, it's Aurora. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. After this, it'll be a wrap. Looking downfield on first down. The throw. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Bringing it back. And he is brought down after the interception, and the clock strikes 0 here in the fourth quarter. With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of goals that get put up on the blackboard. Reaching a bowl game is one of them. So now you can go ahead and check that off. But if you're this football team, you're not celebrating that tonight. You're looking to build on this win moving ahead because they've got bigger goals down the road, Dave.
They do, and they've shown you some good flashes throughout the season, man. Some moments that really say this team could be really, really good. And so I think you continue to improve. You know at the end of the season, I get to take a vacation. Wherever the bowl game is, we get a free trip with my boys, but there's some work to be done still.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.